Hello there, Aries. How are you? I hope y'all doing good. And we gonna get started on y'all January reading for 2025. Let's go. Okay, so I did do a pre-shuffle, and this pre-shuffle was all about um like some of you going through this phase where you're like rerouting things. You're rerouting the things that you want. You're rerouting your why. Like, why do you want the things that you want? You're putting more meaning to the things that you've always wanted, or the things that you don't want anymore, and maybe new things that you want now. I feel like a lot of you are in this deep phase where you are just finding deeper meaning within things and what you're doing and what you're watching and what you're talking about, what you're listening to, the people that you keep around you. There's a vision, that you all have been working with. The vision may be the same, or it may have some additional things that you have added to make it more meaningful, make it more beneficial. Beneficial for why you're doing it. I feel like a lot of you could be in a place of, or a job or career of service, something that you give, something that you do for people. And I feel like that you still want to do that. You just want to find greater meaning as to why you're doing it. Greater meaning as to what can make this even more meaningful. Let me add this little segment to this as well. I see some of you guys looking at it's like maybe you could have had this ideal of like fancy cars and luxury things that you could have wanted in your life. And I feel like also some of you are getting into a place where it's like, it's great to have nice things, but looking at what are nice things to me, like what, like some of those things as far as like, a fancy car, fancy this, fancy that, those money, those eye grabber, those attention grabber things. Those could have been things that you gravitated towards. What I want, and that could have been awesome in your younger days, like the kind of house I want to live in. I feel like we all have those thoughts, and a lot of us want things, of course. But I feel like you still want these things, but I feel like your things have changed to like something that is even greater than just things. I feel like your things may have turned into maybe some type of charity that you want to start, and like, you know, uh, building towards that, or, funding something. Something has become more important to you than just having the material objects of things, the material possessions. Um, so I feel like your wants have changed. Your wants have changed into something that's just more important, something more greater, something that brings you passion. I feel like some of you could be in this place of, one of your wants, the things that has become more important to you, could just be family too. Could just be family, or could also be family, or family could be something that's becoming even more and more important to you. Building a family, building your own family, something that's become more and more important to you, gaining a sense of community, something that could be more and more important to you. I feel like that a lot of you are also in a place of solitude. You kind of just been by yourself. You haven't been um, exposing your energy to a lot of different people right now. I feel like some of you could be in this deep place where you're really trying to figure out what it is, what exactly it is that I want now. I feel like that even if you have a vision board, you have to update your vision board. So I feel like this is just a time that you guys are going through a physical update to your vision board. Um, yeah. All right. feel like some of you guys are working on figuring out how to balance how much, like, how much you allow someone in your space, trying to balance the aspect of boundaries. Some of you guys could just be dealing with a lot of people just in the public. Some of you guys could be in the public eye. Some of you guys could um, have a job that you are involved with the public. You are having a lot of energies, a lot of people around you. And then you could have friend groups and all of that. I feel like that there's something about that could be a little bit overwhelming, and also okay. Thank you, my love. Yeah, I feel like that you're trying to figure out how to balance your boundaries and how much support you give to other people. And I don't want to say so how much support you give, but how invested you are in other people's things versus finding a boundary of taking care of yourself, and then your public acts, the things that just bring you joy, the things that you want to bring to people, you know finding some type of balance in that. I feel like that's just something that needs to happen. I feel like that you are also, like, some of you, people come to you for guidance, come to you for motivation. People honor you in a sense, they respect you. And so I feel like that could just become a lot sometimes. I feel like being in silence and solitude is rejuvenating for you. And I feel like that's something that you figured out on some sort of journey that you're on. That's one of those things that has become something that you prioritize, your peace. Some of you could be going through a heartbreak or some type of sorrow, grief. Some type of truth could have came out. Something that could be limiting your ambition. Something that just kind of could make you feel like you're not as strong right now. I feel like spirit is here just reminding you, like, you have enough strength. Like, you have the strength. You are strong. Don't forget your power. Don't forget to stand in your power. Don't forget to stand in your power. Let's see. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. Queen of Swords. Could be someone that you had in your life. Could have been um, a friend that you just lost, like a ex-friend. And I feel like just things just not being able to come together, not being able to celebrate, um, and you just wanting that. I feel like um, it's just like lack of direction. It just feels like that you couldn't control something or couldn't control a feeling about something. There's something that you want to do about it. There's an action that you want to take about it. I feel like that even sometimes you may just feel like, being impulsive, but it's something that you want to do. It's some type of action or adventure that you want to take. I feel like that there's some plans that you want to work on. I feel like that you don't know quite exactly how it's going to play out, but there's something about it that makes you just want to like push towards it. I feel like there's a part of you that feels determined to fix something or even replace something. Mm. I feel like I'm getting a feeling that it's like, but they wouldn't mind keeping it the same, or maybe you feel like they feel like maybe you feel like that they wouldn't mind keeping it the same. I feel like it was a lot of hurt that happened here. And it could also be like you don't even know how to fix it. Like usually it wouldn't be this hard, but I don't even know what to do type thing. Yeah, it's like you don't even know this person anymore. Maybe the feeling got um, loss of balance, uh, disharmony. You also have temptation. I feel like you're hopeful though. Like you're hopeful. Hopeful to things changing, um, and just things being different. Okay, let's clarify the 7 of coins and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, just hoping for things coming together. I feel like it's been some miscommunication, some confusion, um, just like just weirdness around this person, around this energy, this old connection, this old friend. I get you wanting to change it, you wanting to fix it, just not knowing how to connect with this person anymore. Um, it just hasn't went anywhere in a while. Someone has to compromise. I feel like here in this situation, no one wants to compromise or wants to take the step forward to make the first step. I feel like that you would be open to things changing, but I don't know if you're in a place of making the first move for whatever reason. I think this friendship has been totally broken. There's like some inner conflict here. Inner conflict. Inner conflict. It seemed like it's deeper. Inner conflict is deeper. It's like some type of strategy going on. Or it could have been the previous strategy, previous deceptions, previous sneakiness, something that just felt deceptive. Someone here felt deceived, greedy, selfish, ungrateful, stinginess. These could be feelings of both people, you and the past friend, ex-friend. This could be feelings of both of you guys going on. And so it's like not knowing how to put it back together. Okay, sorry about that. 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that, Aries. Okay, Spirit, what else do you have for Aries? Okay, let's clarify the Magician and Two of Cups. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, you could feel like that you've manifested a certain type of love, and that connection was a terrible connection. But I feel like Spirit is reminding you, like, to think about what you're thinking about. Think about what you're thinking about. Think about what you want versus what you don't want. But like a lot of people go into saying, things about, what they want, but they lead with what they don't want. And I feel like Spirit is telling you to remember to lead with what you want and what you want only. And I feel like that goes towards love, but that also goes towards any of your goals, like the things that you've been wanting. But I feel like there's some of you guys that already know that. Because, like I said when I first started up this reading, it's like, y'all are in this place where you're like you're putting even more value to the things that you want, and you're devaluing the things that you used to want. You're like in this place where you're 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 restructuring things. You're restructuring things, and restructuring things only creates transformations. Because when you're doing things different, what they say, you'll be a fool. You'll be a fool to expect things to be the same. When you're doing things different, you will be a fool. Or doing things the same, you'll be a fool to see things happen different, things to have different results. You would be the fool. Absolutely. So I feel like, that's all that's going on. Is your spirit is telling you, like, for those of you who could just be feeling like, damn, I got bad luck. It's like, no, you don't have bad luck. You just have to pay more attention to the things that you want. Um, and I feel like for some of you, because y'all are in this place of so much focus, that changes can happen so rapidly for you all. It's just a matter of thinking about what you're thinking about. Okay, so there are some of you that are too invested in the things that don't matter, the things that are avoiding a transformation, the things that are avoiding a new beginning. There's a portion of you guys that are deflecting. You're putting blame where blame doesn't belong. Yeah. I feel like for some of you, the spirit is saying like surrender to the process. Surrender through to the process. Surrender to the process. And surrender during the process. Surrender due to the process. It's like change has to happen. Change has to happen in order for you to be in your place of peace, your place of alignment, the place that you need to be, the place that you desire to be, in order to get to that place and stay in that place and be confident in that place, because you are a leader. People, like, naturally you are a leader. So naturally, there's going to be a flock of people that are just going to be gravitated towards you. So you are going to lead in some type of way anyway. You're going to lead in love. That, like, you have the ability to have the perfect love that looks perfect to you. And because of this attraction that people have to the leadership quality about you, you're still going to be leading. So I feel like Spirit is telling you, like, things can happen so much faster for you because of how much of a worker you are, how your ethic is set up, how focused you are. You have so many great qualities about you, but there are just some things that you're not paying attention to. You're not paying attention to those things that maybe you've seen so many examples of what you don't want. You just focus on what you don't want. Like, somebody asks you, what is your perfect situation or your perfect partner or your perfect, and you go into the things that you don't want. Well, I know I don't want nobody that's broke. I know I don't want nobody that's insecure. I know I don't want nobody that's confused. I know I don't want, versus what you want, focusing on what you do want. We're not talking about what you don't want. The question wasn't what don't you want. The question was, what do you want? In a partner, in a person, in a significant other. And I feel like in order to be everything that you are created to be, you have to surrender to some ways of thinking. And those ways of thinking will be able to transition your way of living. And your way of living is ultimately going to transition the type of leader that you are. Because we already talked about, there's just going to be people that's attracted to your way of living, your way of life, your way of loving, your way of business, your way of teaching. There's going to be people that's just naturally attracted to that. So Spirit is just telling you to think about what you're thinking about, to be in perfect alignment with the things that you want for yourself. Okay. What else we have? Mystery for Aries. Some of you could be dealing with disappointment in yourself, or regretting a situation that happened with a person. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups and the Cups in reverse. Clarify the Ace of Cups and the Cups in reverse. There could be like some type of regret that somebody came around. It could be like a third party situation. It could be like regret that a person ever came around. I feel like it could have been some jealousy with this person. I feel like that, let's see. So it's like you had a wish come true, and then it's like, okay. So we already talked about this. Okay, I mean, it could be a new situation too, but I feel like there was a situation that you regret happening. There could have been an introduction of a new person, introduction of a friend. It could have been an introduction of a friend of a friend. But something about it made you jealous, or just made you confused about why you feel the way that you feel. It was like like inner feelings that maybe you didn't even want to talk about. And I feel like you question, like, well, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? Interesting. Something didn't come together. All work with no results. Something didn't happen the way that you wanted it to happen. Let's clarify the Sun in reverse and 3 of Cups in reverse. feel like that you made a choice. I feel like you made a choice. You made a choice to put an ending to something. Some of you could have made a choice to change something. Um, Made a choice to do something completely new. Maybe made a choice to detach. Maybe you made a choice. But it's something. Some of you could have made a choice to do nothing at all, to neglect this feeling overall. Some of you guys are completely deflecting. Some of you guys could have went into like a spiritual place to just find answers. I feel like something just didn't make sense to you as to why you were feeling away about a connection that you were having. A connection with a person, but it's more like a friendship. I feel like this person was a friend and could have became friends with someone else or put another friend in front of you, or I just feel like that you felt a way about this third party situation. I don't know if you were codependent in a way, or maybe realizing that you were codependent. Something about it broke you down. Something about it broke you down. Got hidden wisdom. Maybe something that you've always known. Maybe known about the other person. Let's see. I feel like something isn't fair to you though. Like something's not fair. There was an injustice that happened. Some of you could be in a creative space, or it could be just very creative. And I feel like there's been opportunities given to you. I also feel like that you're just in a place of um, thriving as an entrepreneur. But I feel like there's something that doesn't feel whole and doesn't feel complete. Something feels lost. feel like you're trying to release the idea of something, release the idea of a partnership, a business partnership. I feel like you just feel a certain type of disappointment about this connection, this previous connection, old connection. Maybe you felt more balanced. You could also feel like like you keep having ideas that you want to push towards, but you have these delays, these setbacks, failed partnerships, um, just things that's been on your mind that could feel like a setback. They could feel like, damn, I want to move forward. I want to push towards this. I want to do that. I want to do this, and I could do this so much better, but it's just trying to maneuver a new reality. Let's see how far. There it is. I feel like Spirit is telling you that it's time to take action. It's time to take a certain type of action. Action that you want to take. Action that you think about. Action that you know is a good, good towards, the things that you want, the things that you feel like that you need. I feel like you know the potential, the success rate, it's things that you just know that you have to push towards. I feel like Spirit is also saying you've come this far. Don't forget everything that you've learned. Mm. I feel like you've been moving. You've been moving in a way of like just being kind of cautious. Cautious way of moving. I feel like you're moving like you're trying to protect yourself. I feel like you're putting a lot of thought into something. I feel like two people, the both of these people are have like some wounds, maybe some things that actually need to be gotten out. Nothing will come out of this if a conversation is not had. Nothing will come out of this. Both parties will continue to feel like nothing new can happen, nothing will come out of this, and something just feels not like it's not fair. There hasn't been any type of communication around this to create understanding. You could be protecting a certain type of like epiphany or certain clarities that you've gotten. Maybe feeling something that you don't want to say. You also got protecting sexuality and or protecting a certain type of temptation. I feel like overall, taking care of yourself, making sure that you're okay, making sure you're mentally ready to approach a situation, a conversation, just making sure that you are completely ready for the outcome of that. Better in, what they say, better out than in? Yes, better out than in. Better out than in. Okay, Aries. That's what I got for you today. I will be back a little later and I'm going to drop some more videos for the month of January. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember to take what hits and leave what don't. Okay?